Hello, saludos everyone. I am Moni the Craftologist, and I am back again with the second part of my Clear Top Pringle Shaker so that I can show you how I construct it all together in order to get this beautiful result. It's clear top because you can see through it, and it's a shaker because it has little particles inside that when you shake it, they move around, and you are able to see that effect because it's clear top, obviously. I used the character Barbie, but when you're creating this, you can use whatever character you would like, whatever designs you would like, or even just patterns if you're doing something for an adult birthday. Anyway, come along with me. There's a part 1 to this video, which was how I show you how to create the template for the Pringle shaker inside Cricut Design Space. Now I am just putting it all together. So come watch. Okay, so here's my label for my Pringles for the can itself. Here's my base, second layer, and the acetate layer, the rim for the acetate, the border around it all, and the dolls that will go on top. So let's get ready to assemble this. Pick up these girls and put them in here since they come towards the end. And I like to sort everything just so that it's easier when I am finally going to put everything together. This will cover that mess for the most part. I'll put some craft glue all over this. Okay, so now that I have that, I will add glitters to it. Actually, I'm going to try to adhere it with a little bit of hot glue. So it looks like that adhered a little better. Next time, just buy the Beacon's glue. Okay, for some of that. I bought this glitter, hexagon glitter at Walmart. I think $1. And I bought these little balls at the Dollar Tree. They do not come in this jar. This was the jar I bought separate. Okay. So the next step is to add some glue around the edge of this. And before I put this in there, I'm going to get it on the inside with hot glue to seal any holes that it may have. Now you can adjust your tabs and that will actually work better. I'm just sealing with hot glue the edges, providing a silicone seal to it because the seal will not allow the glitter to get out. That's the same thing I was trying to do in here, and that's why it looks the way it does. But so I have glue all over the rim, Now I am going to put it inside and wait for it to dry. This is the tricky part because you do have to play with it a little in order to get it to go in. I'm not too worried about the glue because the glue will dry. So we're going to put it about halfway in. I will start with the label now. I did print out earlier a label on sticker. This one was on photo paper, so I'm not going to re-stick it. I like to put the label on sticker paper because it's easier, and the sticker paper that I am using is koala matte sticker paper, and I like the way that it sticks to the can, and I can adjust it maybe once without it messing up the can. However, because I was doing the girls on photo paper, I ended up printing one of these out, and I will show you how I would apply this. So I would use the cover of the Pringles to set Pringles on top so that it holds it sturdy, or, sturdy enough from it not rolling, so that I can place my label. So usually what I do is I put my finger at the bottom so that I can lay the label right over that. Okay, so once I lay the label, I'm going to push this side with the logos on all the way around, picking it up, and then I will come around and lay the nutritions on top. So this one actually cut out perfect on glossy paper, so that the edge of this is with the edge of this, it overlaps very slight bit, not even 1/16 of a centimeter actually. So it's pretty much edge to edge if you do it on glossy paper. The glossy paper that I used for this was Koala 61 pound because it's nice and thick, kind of like cardstock. However, again, I had already printed one out on sticker paper, and that's what I used on here. The sticker paper, I lay it the same way. With photo paper, because it doesn't have a sticky back, I would have to glue it down with craft glue, and I usually use Barely Arts glue for that. But with sticker paper, I like that better because this is food. So in order to protect the chips that are in there, the sticker paper already has adhesive, so I feel that it sticks better. And again, I used Koala sticker paper, matte sticker paper, for the label. Okay, usually I'll print out this one as well on that, but you can do either one since this is actually going to go over another cardstock that goes on top of the plastic. So you'll see when it comes on. Okay, so I put the cover back on there because next I have to get my tab strip. So the tab strip that is for the base, I printed out on Bazzill cardstock. Now, you can use any cardstock you would like, but I recommend that you use something that is 61 pounds or more because it is thicker, so it won't break as easy. So you go ahead and fold all those tabs in. And I folded all the tabs in. Now, these tabs are pretty small. I am not even going to lie to you. The ones that I made were pretty short. You can make them longer. So what I do is I measure this first. So I would put my paper on here. This is my other part of my base. I have to put that right on there. I'm not going to adhere it because this is going to be the cover, and I want this to be able to come off. Sometimes when you adhere it, then you're trying to open the Pringle, it ruins the actual design, the shaker, and then things start falling apart. So I'm going to make it so that it is removable. Okay, so I take the measurement of that, and with my Barely Art glue, I'm going to put some on the edge. Oh, I think it dried out. Let's see. So sticking a pin, the pin that comes for it helps open it back up. That may have or may have not done the trick. Make sure I do this correctly. Oh, there it goes. I got it all over myself. And I always try to have a towel and some alcohol handy. So I'll pour some alcohol in here. Try to have it handy in case I do any spills or my fingers get too sticky. I don't wear artificial nails, so I don't have pretty hands to do this with, but I try to keep them as clean as possible so that I don't mess up the items that I am working with. Although usually it's a pretty easy cleanup. So I go ahead, I line those up tightly, but not so tight where it won't come off of the top of the can, the lid of the can, I should say. Okay, so I think that's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off. Now this is still loose. I want to make sure that I push my tabs down so that they are flat. And then I am going to apply glue on each one of those tabs. And a little bit goes a very long way. There's no need to make a mess with glue. I work with kids and I wish they would understand that. You don't have to put tons of glue. It actually works better when you put just a little bit because it'll dry faster. And it won't slide your craft. Although sometimes you do want a little bit of slide just in case you have to adjust something. Okay, I went ahead and put glue on all of it. So now I will push that in and then I'm just going to rub around it. I'm going to rub around it so that it dries. Trying for the tabs not to come out, for the paper, circular paper to stay on top of those tabs. Because we don't want any spillage once we put the shaker items on there. We don't want any gaps, even though there is going to be another piece of paper on top of it. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I should have done the tabs a little longer. I feel like doing the tabs longer helps it adhere better. Oh, don't want to break it. Or I could have tightened it a little more, but again, I want it to be able to slide off easy. Okay, now that I've done that, I'll go ahead and put a little glue on the other side of those tabs. And not only on the tabs, but also in that middle circle. I want to add a little bit of glue. You will see why in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and place my design right on top. Try not to get any glue on there. Okay, now that I have that done, I am going to take my rim. Okay. I'm going to take this to help me bend this acetate where the scoring marks are. I'm just pushing down on the acetate. It does work better with a tool, like a bone or something. What I do is I pinch the tab and I fold the other side down. That helps the fold. You can also perforate, I'm sorry, you can also perforate. Okay. What I do is I measure this together because eventually I will be gluing it in. So I measure it, and then in order to hold it there, what I do is I use a dot glue. Put it on the tip, and then push down. There you go. Now I'm going to push it back up because I'm not ready to glue it yet. I will take my hot glue and I will place a little bit of hot glue on each of the tabs as such. Now I have to work quick, and the glue cannot be too hot or else it'll melt the acetate, but hot enough where you work quick enough. Okay, good enough. I'm going to put the plastic in there. I'm going to push down to seal that plastic in there and hope that nothing dried up. Looks like it's sealed pretty good. Maybe just right here. Well, actually, it's sealed. Just the base onto, or I'm sorry, I placed the shaker, the acetate onto the base. Really, I inserted the base onto the acetate, and now it's just a matter of waiting for this rim to dry. It looks a little bit awful, but once it dries, it looks really nice. And then I'm gonna grab my girls. I call them my girls. So I'm gonna grab the two with the base at the bottom. Base two. Not a base, the tab. This tab at the bottom that I need to fold. One goes this way. The other one goes the opposite way. So she's this way. This one goes this way. Grabbing some foam tape, double-sided foam tape to add to her. And then I have to cut one for the leg area. So I'll cut this little piece for the leg area. I'll put this on this one for, oh no, I gotta cut that. So I'll put it to the side for now. Let me wipe my fingers so I don't get dried glue anywhere. I'm placing them back to back. I hope that you can see that. I'm pretty much layering them. Sometimes it helps if you put a little bit of glue on the foam, because then it'll just move around and you won't have to pick it up and mess it up. Sometimes you pick it up after it's been there for a while, you'll get creases like I just did there, or where you can actually break it. So it's better to apply a little bit of glue, and then that way you still have a little bit of movement rather than breaking them apart. And I will show you right now. I'm actually going to pull one off so I can show you what I'm talking about. If I put a little bit of glue there, and on her legs, on the foam, I put a little bit of glue on the foam, and then when I am layering her, I still can move her around a little without having to take her off of the tape completely, and then I avoid creases that way. So I can still adjust it a little bit before that glue dries. Okay, so now that I put foam tape on her, oh, I'm missing a piece, here it is. I insert those tabs in through that equal sign. Call it the equal sign because it's two lines going through. I'm gonna put glue on each of those tabs. Now she's wearing heels, but I still want her to stand up straight. So I'm gonna hold them right there to make sure she's still standing straight. Maybe I should have put some foam on her heel area to separate her legs, but it's okay. It's too late now. Okay. And I'll go ahead and grab more of these foam strips. I will place some on the printout. Here's the printout. I don't know where the other printout went. Ah, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to put a foam strip on here, trying to make sure that it doesn't show. I might have to turn this around. And put some on her legs. That might be too thick. Let's try a thinner strip. Right here. It looks good. Can use this one for over here. Okay. Now I will take out foams. And I will grab the other loose ones. Actually, let me put a little glue on here. Oh. Oh. That way I can move her around. It is an offset. So when I place her, I am not going to place her directly on a corner because it is an offset. So I need to make sure some of that area is showing everywhere. There was that one. These are not by any means my favorite tweezers to do it with. They're just the one that I had handy. I forgot to pull out my other tweezers. And this one was at my reach. Okay. Provide a bit of an offset. Oh no. Forgot. Okay, that looks good. This is gonna go on the bottom. This is gonna go on the top here. Go ahead and take that out. And try to place her exact on there. Okay. Now I have about a little bit of glue on here, hot glue. Blowing on it a little because I don't want it to cause a hole in here. And then I want to put it right in the center. Push down. And voila, we are done with the top of our shaker. That doesn't look too bad. I may have messed up in the position that I put her in, but right now it is what it is. And then you just slide that back on there. I did put it kind of snug. You can actually leave it a little looser, but I like it snug. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. See, sometimes doing it too tight, you might have to like adjust it because it can be problematic to pull it out later. Now I am on the last part. I still have to rim this. And I like to put two tones, so I like to put one tone down here and then this one over to cause an even more 3D effect on it. So I place that. Now what I will do is I will put some glue, and a little bit goes a long way.